time to go to work. And basically I have to tell it because you wouldn't probably imagine that this is what I'm doing right now. I'm a digital minimalist, and still every day I feel that I'm being rushed into things. Traffic jam. So let's talk. Are you willing to talk with me? Let's talk about my 7 years of unsuccessful YouTubing and what I have learned. What are my takeaways from those 7 years of unsuccessful YouTubing? And why am I talking about unsuccessful YouTubing? Well, because I'm still comparing myself to others, which is a very bad thing, but I fall back into those bad habits some time. I am looking at people that launched YouTube channels after me and that are way more successful than I, and I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? And so what are my takeaways? Right now, what I can teach you is how to be consistent, because, well, you see 7 years of YouTubing and still no success, and still this is not my business. Still I cannot feed my children with YouTube. So this means I'm consistent? No. But more than that, my takeaways from 7 years go like this. First, the camera you're using doesn't matter. And I've been very prone to changing cameras, to testing everything that I thought would make me a better filmmaker. And ultimately, if I look at the statistics, it really doesn't matter whether I am creating the stuff I'm creating with my smartphone or with this DJI Action or with a camera that could be deemed professional and that I could use to make a feature film or a documentary. So gear doesn't matter. It's true, but it's also not true. Let me explain. People don't give a damn about your bokeh, your blurry background, your very expensive lens, etc. And people will not start watching your YouTube videos suddenly just because you use a good camera or a better camera than the camera you used previously. But gear does matter as far as whether it pushes you to create or it makes you create less. And so my experience is I am way more incentivized to create if I have a small camera like this one, because it's not a problem to carry it in your hand. It's not a problem to film a lot of footage. And for me at least, my footage is more interesting if I film a lot of footage. My visit at the grocery store, my play with my children, some things at work. And this would be far more difficult to make if I was using a bigger camera, a more professional one with a bigger sensor. But you might say, well, why an action cam and not a smartphone? Well, a smartphone is for something else. I don't like using my smartphone for filming because the role of a smartphone is different. It's for communication, it's for productivity, it's for storing notes, tasks maybe, for this kind of stuff. It's not for filming, and I don't like filming with my smartphone. If I have to, because it's the only camera I have, that's fine. And it's better to have a smartphone with a decent camera in order to be able to film than to have a smartphone with a useless camera. But if I had to choose, I prefer having my smartphone for productivity and for communication, and DJI Action for filming. There is also something that is very person specific, but for me it works. I need a camera that starts fast and that I don't have to think about how to use it. And still, the bigger cameras today are very, very difficult to use, and you have to fiddle with options, and you have to make way more intentional actions to start filming than pressing just a button. And here I'm pressing just a button and it works. friend Neistat who is filming with the Gopro. I personally can't stand GoPros because I don't like the interface and they are clunky and the software is not good and the user experience is bad, in my opinion. The DJI Action is the best. But he's filming with a GoPro. He could be filming with anything, really. He has chosen the GoPro for the same precise reason, because it starts fast. So choose a camera that you will be comfortable with using and don't think about bokeh, sensor size, whether this camera is modern or not. You have to be willing to use it. So gear matters, but for other reasons than those you think about. Next, consistency is far more important than the idea you have about your YouTube channel. So, if you want to make YouTube videos, just start making YouTube videos. It doesn't have to be well thought out, it doesn't have to be a unique idea. Just start doing those videos, because the best interactions you will have with your viewers, and also the more fun you will have by creating things that you like, and simultaneously people will not watch you because you make unique content and because you solve a unique problem, but rather those people about whom you should care, of course, are the people that will watch your YouTube videos because it's you that is creating them. This is a little bit counterintuitive, and it's a different advice than the advice that is given by the big channels about YouTube, because they say niche down, make videos that are searchable. This is true, but my experience is you never know which videos will blow up, and once those videos blow up, you will have to decide whether you want to go this path or not. Let me explain. On my Polish channel, I was creating content about management, about work, about productivity, and also sometimes I was talking about ketogenic diet. And what blew up, of course, were the videos about the ketogenic diet. And so basically I was facing a dilemma whether I want to create until the end of my time videos about ketogenic diet or not. And I chose not to do it because, you see, those videos were in Polish. Polish people are very, very angry, very frustrated, and if you make videos about something as crazy as a ketogenic diet, as contrary to the universal beliefs, you face a lot of hate, but it's really genuine hate, you know. There were people who were threatening my family just because they've seen a video online which I have posted, so this is crazy. And this is something that is not happening on my English channel, this one. You all are normal people, nobody threatens my family, thank you. And I decided that I don't want to make videos for angry, frustrated Polish people just about ketogenic diet, just because YouTube put me in such tracks. I don't feel that I should follow those tracks. And so you will never know what will blow up. You will make videos about productivity and you will make one video about something else and this will blow up, and what next? So niching down is really not a big strategy. It's not a good strategy if you want people to watch your YouTube channel just for you. Whether if you have a business, you have something to sell, you want to generate demand using YouTube, yeah, that is fine, niche down. But it will never be content that will be watched for you, but rather for solving a problem. So bear that in mind. What I would like to achieve with my YouTube career is that people watch me for me and not for solving a problem. which doesn't mean that I don't want to solve problems. I want, and I'm doing it. When I record about digital minimalism, it's exactly what I'm doing. But it should be out of my interest and not because YouTube has decided, you know. YouTube can at any time change the algorithm and choose to serve those videos to other people in a different manner. It is something that happened with Facebook when people invested lots of money into Facebook pages, and then one day Zuckerberg came and said, no, now you will have zero organic growth and organic reach on Facebook pages because we want just you to pay for this reach. And it was over, and all the investment into Facebook pages was basically money thrown out of a window. So this can happen to YouTube, and I think it will happen to YouTube. And if you have a public that is watching your videos for yourself, it's not a problem. Those people will know how to find you and will find you. The next takeaway is about people. So there's not really a good community of YouTubers around you, and there will probably be none in the future also, because still there is very small numbers of people that create YouTube videos, and probably those with whom you share the same values are not your neighbors. This is my experience, at least. I've talked with a lot of small YouTubers at the beginnings of my channel, and all they wanted to do was to extract knowledge from me, but it was never a mutual connection. It was never a willingfulness to help each other. It was always an extractive relation, you know. Maybe it's a characteristic of the Polish society, maybe it's a characteristic of Polish stupid YouTubers, I don't know, but that's my experience. And my experiences with this English-speaking YouTube channel is far better. The viewers are much better on this YouTube channel, and thank you, viewers. Thank you for all your comments also, because it makes me smile each time I read them. So that's it. My takeaways from 7 years of unsuccessful YouTubing. If you have your own experiences with YouTube, please share them in the comments as always. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye!